think you're fucking right, dude. She said she was up north. Did she not? Or she said she was on Sonora.
They were going up. They were going up Sonora Freeway. Which, if they go up Sonora Freeway and then at some point they get on the train tracks and go all the way around Chiliad and come back down south behind the lumberyard.
You still have to push possession. Hey, guess what? Hey, enjoy your ban. Never mind, it's not working. I can't ban you. There we go.
Still waiting on some people?
Yeah, I think still waiting on a couple people.
Okay. Cool.
If you'd like me to push possession, you should probably apply.
Shit, I'm out of food.
You should probably push it yourself.
And objectively, this doesn't. I don't know.
I think the best thing we can say is if she can explain at any point, because the direction we saw them going would make sense.
My senses were fucking tingling, man. When it happened, I'm telling you, like, I'm just upset that I brushed it off. And I was like, hey, this is a truck. I probably truck next to the lumberyard. That makes sense. There were other trucks in the area. Like, but
yeah,
it's I can't say it's not a bit of deja vu.
Yeah, I want you to know as soon as I GSR tested and I frisked, I immediately, it was like a fucking shudder went down my back, Mr. Braun. Because immediately I was like, oh, we're here again. Yeah, we just had an interesting, I think, discovery that honestly Barrick recognized, not me. I want to see if she can admit to something under her statement or her testimony, because it would, I think, be very, very damning to this case.
And obviously, there wasn't time for Slacks to explain more about the phone.
Yeah, I want to hear about the phone too.
Overall, kind of a different set of circumstances, but again, very similar.
Yeah. I want to hear the lead up. I don't know if I re-advised you or no, I did. I had misread the 911 initially, but rereading it, I want to hear kind of what transpired at that gas station. Damn, the raid just caught up. God damn.
Yeah.
I think I saw Xavier go in the other room. We can go check real quick, and we'll go see what's up. Let's go see.
Yeah.
Or not. I thought I saw them. Let me see.
What's that sound? Is that a train? Is that just a draft?
What's that?
What does that sound? It's just like a draft or a turbine or something. I guess it's just
I don't hear it.
It's probably because this is the exit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I can just hear outside from here. It was just really loud for some reason for a second.
Yeah, the train can get super loud every once in a while, and it gets a little to be a lot. Where the hell did... I don't know.
Well, like I said, I'm in no hurry, so it usually takes a minute to get everybody situated.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna bounce this off of you because I'm curious. Actually, Barrett, do you want to explain what you saw initially, and then what she said in her statement?
During this was probably like, I would estimate like 25 minutes before we responded to the 911 call. Like, we were up in Polito, like driving around during this meeting, as we were when we responded to the 911 call. And we passed on the train tracks behind the lumberyard, like a gray truck. And I swore, I mean, Xavier and Flam can attest to this, that I thought I saw somebody with their hands up in the passenger seat of the car. which is why I specifically asked her during her statement after she said it was like a truck of some sorts, and then she specifically said that she was in the passenger seat. I was.
Yeah.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
Let me go make sure that door's locked real quick.
Yep.
You want to re-spit what was just said to myself and Mr. Braun? Let me just. Xavier, I'm sure you'll.
You remember when we were on the train tracks and you turned the car after we passed that truck? I said I swore I thought.
Thank you, Arkin, for the tier 2. Thank you.
Well, the description that she gave for the truck is the same description as that truck, and her position or her positioning in the car from what she said just there is where the person was in the car.
Did you get a plate
No.
on?
What we can get though is we can't tell her directly, but I'd be curious to hear her state where they all drove. Maybe point out locations. And I want to eventually ask her if she remembers seeing any other vehicles or trucks while she was in the middle of being taken. Because if she's willing to attest to that under her statement, regardless of the plate or not, I think would be very damning. If she can identify what vehicle she witnessed, if she happened to witness us.
So my only concern is this. Does that change what's been being argued in court? Even if she was kidnapped, because it's possession still.
Yeah, it doesn't. But I'm just going through the moral dilemma right now of,
Oh, I hear
this
you.
is my fault. Like,
But yeah, no, listen. I don't want to fuck someone over who's innocent either, right? But the question is, what do we do?
yeah, I mean, it
given
doesn't really change the
precedent that's
possession
set?
thing, unfortunately.
Howdy.
Where's Slex?
I did see him walk through here. I don't know where he went. I'd like to finish her statement before we kind of break anything down.
Yeah, well, I think she's still she was on she was on another train, so she's on her way in.
Oh, okay. All good.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to step away briefly to go speak to the mayor in like 10, 15 minutes, but I'll be back following that.
Oh, are you getting the statement?
No, it's a different thing.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Bear, can I talk to you real quick?
Sure.
Not to say it in
So-
front of them. The reason I wanted to know if she'd be willing to attest that is because I do think that to some degree would help our decision as to how we want to pursue.
Right. I mean,
Not
you
that
do
it's-
have,
Go ahead.
you have discretion at the end of the day, right?
Yes.
You can choose not to press the charge. The problem is, it's everything that Slacks is actually saying, right? Which is, you don't know. You have to leave it to the courts to decide this, that, and the other, which I fucking hate. But at the same point, I understand why he's saying it. I just don't know. This is tough.
Yeah.
This is very tough.
I really yeah. The benefit is I have 30 days. I want to look through everything beforehand. I don't want to rush through this and send her up for a year because that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, given what we know right now and given the amount of people we need to interview and get statements from and everything else, I don't think there's a reason to immediately push the charge.
Mhm. I think I'm leaning the same way right now just because there are people I do want to question and talk to. So,
Yeah, you have much more investigation to do before you push it, I think.
yeah. Hey, Captain Turner.
Howdy.
Howdy, y'all. Do we have
Hi.
Murphy? Is there a way you can help out this individual, or do I have to contact folks?
Help out
on the train.
Yeah, I mean, it's typically something that we only afford for court cases. I mean, this is kind of like a situation where, you know, we kind of need to resolve something after the storm. So I don't see why I couldn't help her out with that, but I might need to double check. I don't know.
Xavier,
Yes.
there's no
Smoking.
smoking down here.
Oh. Oh. Well,
Thank you.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you? Why would you smoke in here?
I'm stressed out. Sorry.
I believe you. If not, then we could postpone this conversation another time till she makes it.
That's.
Okay, let me just.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, just carry on. I'm gonna just shoot an email real quick. Hang on.
Isn't Bass admin? Well, Bass is dead.
Flop, can I chat with you for just a second?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll step to the side. I apologize.
Turner comes through.
All right.
So even if you're not going to charge her, is she still open to a raid then? We ask for consent for that.
A raid?
Well, anytime somebody gets caught with something on them, even if you're not pressing the charge, you guys still raid them, right? This happened on every single marijuana case I've had and everything else.
You know what's funny? I've never pushed for a raid. I never even thought about it in this case because technically we had reports of a firearm, and I think to my degree, as to how I understand it, we, you know, recovered said firearm or have reason to believe we recovered said firearm.
Right. But you would still want to ensure that she doesn't have anything else that would corroborate the charge, right? It's if she has nothing, it's both. It's actually it helps her case. It hurts her case if she does have something.
Yeah. I mean, I can ask her. We're about to ask her to consent to a lot. I have a
Right.
feeling it's going to be pushed back by Aziz and Cornwood.
Yeah, but if she pushes back on a raid, then she goes on a 24-hour hold anyways.
I mean, if we were to 24-hour hold her, would it not just make more sense to push the charge and then just do it? Actually,
the same. No,
no,
it's
it
not
wouldn't
the
because
same.
yeah, no, you're right. I
Believe me, I know what I'm saying, but you guys are doing it on marijuana. I can only imagine you can do it on a block.
I'm just trying to decide if this is the path I want to go.
Yeah.
Let me put all my evidence in real quick. Give me just a second and ponder on this.
Yeah, you're fine. Hey, McNulty.
Oh yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Hello.
Hey, Ice, thanks so much for the gifted sub. I appreciate you. How you doing? Oops. Okay.
No.
No, you're good.
Let's go upstairs.
I mean, I'm just thinking.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a lot to kind of indulge on. I mean, I guess I could. What were the grounds for the raid and shore for this?
The purpose of the raid would be to look for any other missing Glocks, especially if this is one of the few Glocks that's been missing in the last few days, where multiple officers are being kidnapped and taken, robbed, and their shit's gone. Right? You're essentially confirming whether or not she has possession of any of the other Glocks.
Okay, that actually makes a lot more sense when you put it like that. Yeah, because this was one of the ones I believe that was found.
Right. That's what you said earlier. So,
Mm.
with that in mind, you need to look for the other Glocks, right? There seems to be a string of the same shit happening, right? Building up to something.
Yeah. No, you're right. We have a report to corroborate that. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back in the room. Let's go see if she's been helped. If not, we can discuss it further.
Yeah, understood. It's possible she may just consent anyways. She doesn't think she has anything to hide. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. But that's her choice.
Cornwood.
Oh yeah, like
She's still having a hard time with
Unbuilt.
the train.
yeah, like science.
Am I good to walk over? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Was she able to work out her train by chance?
It's against protocol.
Okay.
I can only afford her that for a court docket case.
Of course.
Basically, that's what I've been communicated. So, unless there's some sort of exception being made for that, it's probably tough luck.
Did Slacks mention anything or no?
He said he was going to check on something. Maybe you could ask him. I don't know what he meant by that, but
Okay, I gotta get something clarified here.
Mhm.
Basically, so here's the thing. My job as a defense attorney in this situation is I need to basically build enough reasonable doubt that whatever the prosecution is trying to press on me here, or not on me, but on my client, is it's not true, right? It's like, oh well, there's a chance that it ain't true. There's a chance that there's some other bullshit, right? Or that chance being up to 100%, right? It just straight up ain't true. Now, whenever it comes to a possession charge, obviously, if you possess something, you possess something, right? But the prosecution has this is the way whenever I'm policing, the prosecution has the has the discretion to be able to decide whether or not they want to press something or not, if they want to prosecute.
Mhm.
So, this is essentially why, and I was talking to Judge Braun here about the case with him, with every one of these cases, right? But particularly, I want to talk about the Mr. K one. I personally felt as if the Mr. K case should have been called not guilty. That's my personal feelings.
Mhm.
But those feelings come from, if I was a police officer and I would have seen all that shit and seen all that information, I would say, well, clearly it's not 100%. So
The issue with a possession and the issue with a possession case, and this is where we have a really difficult time. A really difficult time. I mean, shit. I mean, respect to you, Murphy. The way that it read for us and the way that it bled out in court and the way that it kind of got patched up in appeal was a excruciating process from all sides. It's not an easy one to go through, but at the end of the day, this does come down to discretion. And I will be blunt with you. I see no issue in putting this on halt. Essentially, we still have 30 days to press it. I'm not throwing it out, but we still have 30 days to do something with it. There's other people we'd like to talk to, and I still want to get Is it Abilene or Adeline? I'm very bad with names.
Abilene.
Abilene.
Abilene. With a B.
Yeah. Abilene, I would love for a full statement and ask her some questions about maybe, you know, everything that transpired, so I can try and get a little bit more from her side. What I was confused about, and the only clarifying question I wanted to ask her based on what I've heard so far, was Bobby Charles, where was he stabbed? Did she state where he was stabbed?
She said, let me read my note.
Well, wait a second. Did she say it in the interrogation? Because if not, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I don't know
no.
if
She
I don't know if she said it yet.
She said that he was stabbed because he talks too much.
Yeah, and that was short. I mean, I think I can't remember what she said.
It's all good. It's all good. I have what we have right now on recording. I can go back and review it if need be. If we have to put this on hold until she's able to, I guess, find her way, that's fine. I could always work this through with an email just to let her know that we are not pressing charges as of today, but would like to continue questioning at a later time if we have to. It lets us get our statements sort of in one report, and it lets us sort of figure things out as well. So if that's the case that we have to go, I'm not pressed on it. I'm not forcing this second. You know what I mean? The only things that I would like is for her to consent to a DNA swab so we can see if the blood on scene is hers or not. Outside of that, there was talks. I mean, it's up to you, Xavier, if you want me to wait on anything else we were going to ask about. If you think we should wait on that.
You can bring it up. I think it's relevant.
So you brought up yourself, obviously, and we brought up as well that multiple guns have been taken recently, right? There's a slew of them. We want to try and see if Abilene would ever consent to a raid on the premise that she has no other firearms. As I think that would not only help her case, but to help us come up to a final decision. Obviously, that is something you can discuss with your client, and we can go from there. So that's sort of our line of process right now. I'm not pressed to get this done immediately. I want to take this very slowly and diligently. There's other people we still need to talk to. So until we have all of our eggs sort of in the same basket, I don't want to push a charge and then find out after that there's some line of innocence that we just wasted our time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say that if she declines the raid, my recommendation to Flop at that time is going to be to put her on hold until we get a warrant. Reason being that we need her before she leaves custody to ensure that if there is other weapons that they're confiscated and taken. We assume there isn't, but we don't know.
Okay. I mean, yeah. There's nothing we can do if she's not able to proceed with the interview. So
right.
I'm kind of just waiting on an update to see if there was a continuation here. I can make a phone call real quick and see if that's possible, but it is not looking like it this second. Let me just check the room real quick.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's the tricky thing about her not coming back, I guess, is if you're looking to conduct a search, you either need to get consent or get type in your search warrant, in which case you might want to place her on a hold and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, the issue is, can I place her on a hold while she's not in the cells with us? I don't want to, you know. I'd rather talk with her before doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her to,
right.
you know.
Mm-hmm. It's a
yeah. I don't think you can.
Now.
I don't think you can.
I'm gonna ask Slacks for an opinion on this. Make sure that this is being followed through, as some may say, in good faith.
Yeah.
Bear with me for a sec.
Yeah, there's no problem with that. We're just trying to figure it out.
Howdy.
Hey, Cap. So I want to just give you a quick rundown real quick. I'll try and keep it brief. line of questioning, if Abilene cannot be here, is fine. We can put this on hold and we can continue our investigation as we need. We have to talk to other people still. We need to get her to consent to a DNA search because we found DNA on scene. We want to corroborate if it's her DNA or potentially this other suspect's.
Right.
The really difficult thing that we're dealing with right now is because this is a gun that returns back to an officer that just had their gun stolen based on that other report. The issue that we run into is because multiple have been stolen and they're all in the same report, we would like to try and get a consent for a raid on her property in order to ensure that there is nothing else in her property.
Yeah, we should. No, we should definitely do it. We should take every single step we can to either investigate and dot our I's and cross our T's. That way, we haven't left anything on the table.
Well, here's the issue. If she does not consent to it, we have to put her up on a 24-hour hold.
Correct. Yes. Push for a search warrant for sure.
Yeah, the issue that I run into is she is unable to be here, I believe, due to
train issues. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can help out with that too as well.
Okay. If that's possible, should we just kind of wait a couple minutes, see if that's possible?
Yes. I'd say wait till top of the hour. If she's not around, then just proceed with the other things you're working on.
Okay. My concern is that if she doesn't consent, we have to put her up on a hold. I don't want to preemptively put her up on a hold without telling her. I want to make sure we're following in good faith here. So
sounds good. Yeah. I mean, like I said, hopefully she'll show up soon.
Okay. Sounds good. I will let them know and go from there.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Cap. Bye-bye. I have an update.
Yeah.
I did literally just get my job back.
Slacks did say let's wait till top of the hour. He's trying to work on it right now with the conductors. So
Oh, very good.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab some food real quick while I'm waiting. Does anybody need food?
I need water.
Okay. Water. Anyone else for food?
Food, yes.
Okay.
Please.
Anyone else? Takers? Fantastic. I'll be right back.
Appreciate it, Fly.
Wonderful.
So this is going to be interesting. So essentially, yeah, the raid would stick, I think. The DNA, I think, would stick. Isn't possession? No. Yes, but no. There's a lot more that goes into it than just that. If we only follow through all of our cases because, oh, look what we got here. Oh my God. Okay. For face value, there it is. Let's just push the charge. Fuck it. Who cares? We would be in a lot. It would be more. Braun is the example of it not sticking. Yeah, unironically, Braun is the example of this not sticking. But we are going to do everything we can to obviously conduct our investigation. If we just threw her in jail and said, fuck it, who cares? There's other servers to be doing that. We're here to role play and actually have an engaging experience for people. We're not here to take away from that. We're not going to follow through with anything until we have the information. We also, per our legislation on NoPixel, can wait 30 days before pressing charges. We don't need to press the charge a second. That doesn't mean she's innocent. It just means we can wait until, until then. So, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care what happened with Mr. K. I don't care what happened with any other cases in the past. I don't give a fuck. Here's the big takeaway. This is a completely different situation in a completely different timeline with a completely different person, with a completely different backstory, with a completely different set of events that transpired. We treat every case differently. We don't just go, oh, Mr. K got raided. Guess we're going to fucking raid her now. It don't work like that. It's just the reality. Biased. That's my bias. Easy. Who asked for food?
I
Here you go.
Just water for me.
Yep. There you go. Water. Bear, did you need food or water?
Appreciate you.
Oh, he's on the phone.
No, I'm good.
Possession alone isn't enough to press charges. It actually is enough to press charges, but we're still going to conduct everything in our fullest capacity. You know what I mean? Just remember, just because something happened to your streamer doesn't mean that it's the answer for everybody. It is unfortunately the toxic side of roleplay that will never ever be cured or resolved. We will treat every case as an individual. We can have related cases, but I'm not going to walk in the room and go, all right, Abilene, Mr. K got raided, so now we're going to raid you. Get fucked, pussy. It just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sounds very convincing.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
You yell that?
No.
Why not? Because it's a
Fucking shit
roleplay
show.
server. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this. So that the president changed it. Well, you know what's funny, Matt? The president did change with Murphy Braun. Same thing happened to Murphy.
So what else has been going on? Seemed awfully quiet apart from
Yeah, no, I mean the changes with the mayor's office was a big one.
PD legislation.
Yeah, that new PD legislation is a very interesting one.
I'm sure it's been real popular around here.
It's been interesting to say the least. Also, this shit ain't real. Oh yeah, true. This shit ain't real. Barrick, not a real character. Me? I'm a real person. Flop, not a real character.
Anything else?
I was gone for a day. I got shot.
Yeah, I noticed you were kind of like limping around.
And they got me. They nicked me in the lung through and through.
Xavier, have you been shot?
Thankfully, no.
Good
Oh
for
no,
you.
actually, I lied.
RP
I lied.
stands for real people.
Some asshole smashed into the back of my car and then started shooting me.
Wow.
I forgot about that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That Maze Bank of all places. Can you believe it? Damn Armenians.
My God. How have you been though, Murphy? You've been doing okay?
I've been doing better than okay, Flop.
I'm glad.
Doing amazing.
No, that's good. That's great.
Just as soon as I pay off this this loan that I took out to buy my car,
Who's giving out
space could
loans?
be made in the shade.
I've been looking for a loan. I'm poor.
Well, apparently, according to my friend, who my loan guy was talking my financial business with randomly, some guy in the sewer.
Oh.
I didn't meet him in the sewer. He certainly didn't give me a loan in the sewer, but apparently he talks about my loans with people in the sewer. So I want to pay the loan and move on from that because people's financial affairs are not for public consumption. Wouldn't you agree?
I mean, yeah.
like I
nobody
did.
wants their
Yeah,
finances
yeah.
out in the
Sorry.
open.
When you're in business with a professional, you know. you'd
You know
hope
what it
that
is,
they would
Amanda?
come
I just
directly
like
to
songs
you.
that make sense for the roleplay happening.
And not, be rooting around in the sewer.
Yeah, I mean, it just, I can't judge. I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover. I mean, if he's your loan guy and he's got you covered, can't knock that, right?
I mean, yeah. Honestly, you're not wrong.
Let me check the room real quick. Nothing.
Can you fucking believe that?
gonna be honest.
Dad, you want to hear a
kinda been
story that
zoned
happened to me
out
today?
Thinking about everything.
That's
But-
fine.
Who's the? You're talking about the dude talking about your loan in the sewer?
Yeah.
I
can you
gotta step away
fucking
real
believe
quick.
that?
Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, no.
You guys want to hear a story? So I woke up today and I was really like, I wasn't tired. I've just been out of it all day. Yesterday was kind of a busy day for me. Outside of that, I've been very busy in general dealing with stuff. And I had a very funny run in today. So who here has a Keurig? Just kind of show of hands. Yay or nay? Is it the cup? Yeah, it's the cup. Yay. Okay. So anyone who doesn't know what a Keurig is, it's essentially just a single serve cup of coffee. You put a pod into a thing, you close it, and you run it, and it brews a single cup of coffee. Most people that use it on a daily basis, personally, myself, partake in dumping into a landfill somewhere, but not that. There's a reason I'm trying to get rid of it, and I'm trying to get a different coffee pod. But when you put the pod in, you put a cup underneath, hit the thing, boom, right? Great. They're easy, they're convenient. I'm American, which means I like lazy and convenient. So I was really out of it. I put the pot in. I put the thing down. I run the cup of coffee. I go to the bathroom. I come out. I go to grab my cup of coffee. And I never put a cup underneath. So I walked out of my bathroom to just a fucking unfucking believable mess on my counter. I had to move my fridge. It was a horrible experience. And there's a reason why I'm not trusted with electronics. Apparently, I am just, yeah. You had a day. Oh, I had a fucking day. I got yelled at by a homeless guy. It was a good day, honestly. I was walking back to my truck with a salad, and I had some homeless guy yelling at me because I had a salad, and apparently that makes me a rich preppy kid in college, even though I'm not a rich preppy kid in college. I'm just a fucking dude wanting to eat a fucking salad. I looked at the guy. I'm like, bro, it's a salad, man. Come on. And then he told me to go fuck myself. I was like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I had a good day today. It was a very, very productive and healthy conversation. Wait, Kirby, did you not get mod? Dude, what is going on in my chat? I tried to give you mod. Kirby, do you want mod? I'm just gonna give you mod. I don't care. You gotta un-VIP me. Skip. I don't know. She's stuck at 1. Oh no, that's fine. Listen, as long as she's close to 1, we're good. Oh, good. I'm willing to give it top of the hour. Now I can read your unban requests. Oof. Have fun. They're good, let me tell you.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
I don't want to talk too loud. I just wanted to let both of you know the phone that we found. I've added the photos of it to the report and everything, and it's in the incident report, the evidence
Oh,
locker
perfect.
upstairs. So I haven't looked at it. We don't know if it's actually hers or not. You know, obviously I don't have consent to look at the phone, so
Yeah.
we just dropped it, you know, in that bin for it, and it should be processed and everything up there. Also, I added the photo of it. There was a blood sample that was found. So the phone was found. Are you familiar with the area? Like it is the area behind the city hall, between the parking garage, like the plaza area. Now, if you go down over that wall to the north, there's an old police department that's not, you know, it's all shuttered up and everything, but there's a parking lot for it there. That's where we found the phone, was down in there. The blood was above it, up on the plaza. And then also we found James Rooker. His ID was laying in the parking lot. That's what actually led me to the phone.
James Rooker.
He's PD.
Yeah.
And he was robbed the other day. We have that on Belle's report about, she's keeping tabs on who's been actually abducted.
No
and
shit. Okay.
So, and it was, he did report his ID missing as well as most of his police equipment. No, there was no police equipment or anything else. It was just his ID there. So.
No, that's actually really good to know. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it could be coincidental. I don't really know. It was about, I'd say 35 feet away from where the phone was found. And they're both over the wall in that parking lot there. So.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll get a quick statement in there about where I found the phone.
Yeah.
That I did a search. I found the phone down there. And then it was secured and all that. And then I'm probably going to head out unless you guys need me for anything else.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I think we should have it from here.
All right. Thank you guys. You have a good night.
Appreciate it. You as well.
I mean, just the truth is the amount of things that I've learned has just kind of it's leading me to see the entire justice system and how things work in the city in a completely different light.
Oh,
And-
what,
and
being off duty?
Oh shit! My eyes were closed for some reason while I was talking. I didn't see it flop.
What's that?
Oh yeah. So yeah, like just being off duty, being suspended, working as a lawyer, you see so much shit. I'm telling you, there's Aveline.
Give me just a second. Let me grab Barrick. Hey, Abeline's in the cell or in the interrogation
Oh,
room.
good. Okay.
Bed.
Yeah, that's what I was about to chat to you about.
Oh,
Wait, if
shit.
you guys are going outside, I don't think we should be in here with your client alone.
I'm just gonna tell you, you still need me for this?
Flop, let's step out for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you don't go to bed, then you're gonna die, and if you die, that's illegal. So.
Oh my.
Well, I'll just
let me
come
know.
out here then.
All right.
All good.
Okay.
And if this does
Now
go
the
To be fair, you are the neutral party. I don't have any
Yeah.
issue.
give me a call.
Yeah, I'm
Just
just
seems weird being in there without her
I'm
lawyer
just
there.
observing.
Alright.
I'm just
We'll see you,
observing
Aziz.
and just kind of noting what's going on.
All good. Did you take note of everything that I was gonna ask her and talk to her about? Did you want to talk to your client about any of that? I still want to finish her statement, but do you have any questions about anything?
I would love to see if y'all can go and find any DNA on the highway from where that guy fell off the back of the truck. See if there's any blood splatter. I wonder if the rain washed it away, the tsunami. Sometimes it gets in
assuming
there real deep.
I'm assuming
But I
it
don't know.
would have.
I have no clue. Was there DNA on the phone at all?
That's a good question.
It may have just been on her own DNA if nobody else picked it up. There's a chance somebody else picked up her shit.
I'd love to know why all my evidence isn't showing up. Oh, there it is. I don't believe anything else was done with the phone yet. We can run it after. I want to first get her full statement sort of on the recording, if you're okay with that, and then go from there.
Yep,
But
we can do that.
that's fine. Yeah, she's claiming that her phone was essentially taken from her. So not taken, but you know what I mean. She was forced to throw it away.
Yeah.
So we'll get the rest of her statement, ask some questions. For the DNA and the property search, any questions? I mean, it's ultimately up to her, but I didn't know if you wanted to talk with your client about that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll go in and we'll get this rolling.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Miss Abilene. Hello. We'll wait
Hello.
we'll wait for everybody to get in here before we do anything. Was Aziz gonna be coming back?
Aziz, I forced him to go to bed.
Oh,
Good job.
good shit.
Yeah, he was he's been up too long. So
How long is too long?
like 6 hours.
Okay, that's fair.
No, hell, I don't know. He's just been up too long.
Where's Barrick? Give me a second. Barrick, you good?
Yeah, I'll be there in just a second.
Okay, you cool if I start the recording?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go and set up this recording real quick. Okay. Just for the record, just so it's stated, this is 125, Senior Officer Flapduke Gong, followed by Cletus Cornwood, Xavier, I always forget your last name.
Monroe.
Mr. Monroe, as well as Judge Murphy Braun, and 107 Senior Officer Barrick Johnson will be joining us in just a minute. Miss Abilene, I'd like to remind you that you were still under Miranda. The date is currently 2/28, roughly 3 a.m. EST local time, 17:05. Miss Abilene, you were in the middle of giving your statement. I know we kind of got cut off, and I do apologize. If you would like to backtrack at all, feel free, as you're not being forced to kind of pick up where you were. I know there were a lot of questions that we tried to throw in before the weather came through. So if you have any questions or anything up to this point, feel free to ask. But overall, we're just sort of looking for your statement right now.
Yeah, okay. So where I left off was you guys were trying to pinpoint where I recall recollecting the other assailant falling out of the back of the pickup, which I only noticed because the driver got on the radio and said, "Pick up that guy who just fell out."
Okay. All right. So after that, what happened?
All right. Then we continue up that road or highway. I'm being quiet because initially I was like asking why they're doing this. Maybe they have the wrong person, etc. And they told us to shut up. And if we don't shut up, they're gonna kill us. Bobby Charles kept talking. They pulled off to the side towards the ocean where there was sand and a little bit of grass, like a crevice in the beach, sort of. The driver, I think I went, did I go through this part? The driver, the assailant driver, masked up, told Bobby Charles to get out. The driver got out with a knife. The driver had a knife the whole time. Even when he was driving, he had the knife in his hand. Charles got out, put his hand up. The driver said, "You talk too much," stabbed him in the gut. Stayed there for like a minute as he radioed things. Put Charles back into the back seat where he was originally, but Mr. Charles was incapacitated at that point. He pulls back to the road, continues driving north. Then we get to a location where it's like the rocket ship diner area. And they pull over there. And that's where another assailant joined. I'm not sure if it's the first person who ran into the courthouse or a different person, but the person who ran into the courthouse had a mask on. This person that came had this huge black beard that like covered a lot of his face and this scruffy, like chin length black hair. And they both spoke in like a country kind of accent. Okay. They pulled Bobby Charles out, lay him on the ground on the sand, somewhat close to the water, I guess we were. I was really just panicking in fear that they were going to stab me next. It's hard to recall the exact location, but then they told the other gentleman to get out. while they're stopped there. They just stabbed him right in the gut and then left him there and left the both of them there. The new assailant who joined got in the back seat behind me, and he was brandishing a weapon. I believe it was a knife or a wrench. I'm not sure. I was looking forward a lot of the time.
I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry. So, where were these two people left again? How far after, and how long after you were at the rocket ship place that you were saying?
That's where they got left, like on the dirt sands behind the rocket ship diner.
And do you know who either of those people were?
Who got left on the sand?
Yes.
Well, one of them was Bobby Charles, as I said.
No,
and
yeah, the other one was more who I was referring to. I'm sorry.
I don't know. He had a scruffy beard, black hair, olive complexion, wearing dark clothing. Maybe like even a dark plaid shirt, dark jeans and boots, kind of like a
Sounds like flop
industrial working man or something like that. Maybe sanitation, but no vest or anything like that.
Okay. All right. So Bobby Charles and this person gets left at that restaurant with the rocket ship. And then where did you go from there?
I remained, so they didn't tell me to get out at that point right there. So I remained in the passenger seat with my hands up as instructed. Then they went for just a drive straight north, looping back and forth. And then possibly up through Polito and then back down south again, if that's where the gas station I got dropped off at. But they had mentioned to each other that they spotted a cop that was in their vicinity, and I think they were trying to lose the cop, or the cop really didn't notice them. But he said, the guy in the back said, you're good, they don't see you anymore. So for at least 15, 20 seconds, they believed an officer was in pursuit of their vehicle. Being the gray for a pickup. And this is over by Polito, and then I think curving back down again. And that's when
Quick question.
talking about feeding me. Yeah.
So they claim that a cop was possibly chasing them?
Yes, correct. And this was over by Polito and maybe back down towards the west, looping back down in that area. Like over that long, like maybe over that long bridge kind of area, or just before there.
Okay. Was it so they spotted the cop while they were on the road?
Yeah, I was in the passenger seat with my hands up. Assailant with the beard was in the back behind me with a weapon. Same driver. And then they were doing these maneuvers, like pulling out onto the dirt, like into the side on the sand, and then looping back on like a different road.
Oh no.
Essentially, I think trying to lose what they thought was an officer in pursuit, or they weren't sure and they were just being careful, something like that.
Okay.
And then the man in the back said, you're good. Nobody sees you anymore, or something to that effect. Or you lost them, they don't see you anymore. You're good. And then from there, it was to the gas station. On the way, they asked me, do I hunt? I said, no. Like, you ever shot anyone before? I said, no. They said, you ever think about shooting someone before? I said, yeah, sure. They said, well, what do you want to shoot? And I was like, I don't want to shoot anything. And they're like, or what would you shoot? I said, I'd shoot a target. Like, like a training target.
Sure.
And they're like, okay, I'll get you a target. And then that's when they took me to the gas station and told me to get out, told me to put my hands the fuck up, don't move, don't do anything. Right, but after they lost this police vehicle, at least to my understanding, they stopped behind a sand dune or like a dirt dune, and their truck was smoking. In fact, their truck was smoking almost because the driver crashed into a divider at in the highway, and the truck began smoking. So it was smoking the whole time with the Bobby Charles stabbing and all that. And then finally, then they got around to stopping, and the man in the back, the driver asked him if he had a repair kit. He said, "Repair this really quick." They fixed whatever was causing the fumes from the engine. That took about, I don't know, 30 seconds. And from that point, they went directly to the gas station. They then told me to get out, put my hands up. And he started basically feeling me up. And I felt a metal object get slipped into my waistband of my skirt. And he told me, "Okay, I just put a gun on you. Pull it out and shoot that cliff face." And there's like this cliff face across from the gas station. I said, They said, do it fucking now or we'll kill you. And he's holding a knife to my neck. So I pulled out the gun and I shot one shot at the cliff face. And then I believe maybe I attempted to shoot another shot at the cliff face. And that's when I got stabbed and started to lose vision and didn't regain, like, can't really recall anything until EMS was above me again when we were at the gas station.
Okay. Do you not that this matters necessarily to your case, I'm just curious though. Do you happen to recall at any point talking with me on scene?
I remember crying and wanting to talk to an officer.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. I'm not pressing you about that. I just wanted to make sure. I couldn't tell if you were conscious at all on scene or not. That's what I told EMS. I want to just clarify that.
I wanted to tell you guys about the other two gentlemen, but then I was in and out of it.
Okay.
The ones that got stabbed.
Okay. That's fine. Do you remember which cliffside you shot at?
All right, so I guess where I was found, the gas station was behind me, and there was a road before the cliff face, and this cliff face was probably 35 feet tall, and I don't know, 75 feet wide, 50 feet wide. It was just this like solid rock face.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to get an understanding as to where we would be able to possibly recover the projectile. Did you shoot? So from where you were, did you shoot past the gas pumps or did you shoot the other way? Because there would only be two cliff faces on that side where you were found.
No, I didn't shoot past any pumps. I shot high and directly into the center of the cliff face because I wanted to make sure that if I was going to shoot, I wasn't shooting level with any sort of head or car that might pass by. So I kind of shot high on the cliff to avoid hitting or hurting anyone.
I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Eric, if you can hear me, I'll be on a channel. Make a channel 4. Sorry.
Ready to check.
And 2.
I'm gonna go just in the off chance that it could.
Give me 1 second.
The projectile there.
I have a couple things I want to ask her, just to have clarified for the recording. Once you're ready.
Yeah, that's fine. Affirm, keep me posted. I think I'm good. I'll ask my questions after.
Okay. Did you you mentioned getting kidnapped? Did you have any reason to believe that you may be getting kidnapped, or you may be at risk, or anything like that prior to the kidnapping occurring?
No, I didn't expect something like that to happen. I mean,
Okay.
I talked about a weird phone call I got with you earlier. Like that was 10 minutes prior to that, where someone called me and they were like crying, but it sounded weird. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I don't just discount people. I was like, okay, what's going on? They were talking about their parents getting divorced, and they were calling me because they needed a lawyer to come